WCS back on the boulevard once again. Big shout out to the supporters. Let's get it.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Man, that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Shout out Big Blunts and boxing in the building. Showtime. What's good with it? What's good with it? Big Blunts first in the building. Appreciate the support, brother. You already know. Happy holidays to everyone. You're looking at the thumbnail, man. You're trying to figure it out. And, you know, it says a lot because pretty much I always put a message in the thumbnail. Y'all hold on for a second. So, as you already know, Terrence Crawford, 39 victories and 0 defeats, and 30 knockouts have been the topic of discussion for quite some time in the last several months. The reason why this live is so important is that we're about to, usher in 2023, which is a new year for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, we're based off the simulated and numeric simulation in life. So the final month is here. And though we're heading into the next year, we still have questions about one of the biggest names in boxing and what's in store for him come 2023. But what I want to talk about is the grand scheme of things. This man is still undefeated, 30 knockouts. And on December 10th, he went in there and stopped David Avanesian. Now you're asking yourself, we already know that. What's the point? The point of it and how it grew to what it was is because the straight up GRINCHES that was out here running a smear campaign on Terrence Bud Crawford. I call it the Grinch era. That's all they had to do. They tried to steal this man's thunder whenever they had a chance to, and they couldn't do it. This man not only deserves the fight of the year, but he deserves the knockout of the year too, because the way he took care of all the GRINCHES, it wasn't even through kindness. It was just basically staying focused on his grind and his direction and where he was going in the sport of boxing. It took him sustaining that amount of courage to make decisions. See, people sit up here and complain about him being signed to Top Rank and everything. And they was bitching and complaining, coming up with all these damn racial type slurs and shit, telling this man was Top Rank Toby. Just put him in a slave type of environment every time they spoke of this man, right? But he persevered. He persevered, man. He persevered. He left, became a free agent, individual contractor, independent contractor, so to speak. And though he was venturing out into new areas of responsibility, he still didn't go in there like he was desperate, like he was a tyro to it. He went in there with the knowledge that he's learned in boxing and the knowledge that he's learned about the business when he was signed with a promotion, and did the best he could going over there to make the fight with Errol Spence. Now the Grinches, right? They tried to band together. You know what I'm saying? They come in here sounding alike, looking alike, and talking alike. All of them had the same freaking topic of discussion, the subject. All of them was talking that hate shit. All of them. You know what I'm saying? Just going around here looking and sounding like a goddamn toilet of vomit that's just been sitting there. All they wanted to do is just shit on Crawford every chance they get. This man went into negotiations and refused to bind himself in a knot and sign over there with PBC, knowing damn well he saw the bigger picture. Terrence Crawford saw the bigger picture in the whole scheme of things, y'all. He didn't want to lock himself down into a promotion. Why should he sign himself for multiple fights? If he don't sell, what benefit is it for them to lock him down? I can tell you why. You know, it could have been to a point to lock him down on the backside of his career and sabotage him, put him on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Not allow him to be able to experience the fights that he want to make at the end of his career. That would have been the worst thing ever. But how do you avoid that? You be smart, mentally smart, business savvy. Stand on your square, be aware, you know what I'm saying, and focus on where you're trying to go. He wanted to go and step into the ring with Errol Spence, a guy who is a unified champion right now, but he understands that he's not part of the negotiation. He's not an independent contractor. He's locked in. He's indebted to Al Heyman. So therefore, he could only do so much. His movement was very restricted. So Terrence had to go in there and deal with the man himself and Al Heyman. And of course, Al wasn't going to make it easy for Terrence Crawford, being he wasn't his fighter. He knows that. We all know that. Shout out to N.O. What's good, family? What's good? What's good? And definitely hit the like button if you're in the building. He understands that whole deal. But what I appreciate about what Crawford did was he just didn't act like he had everything to prove to the people. And he would sell himself out just to prove to the people he was the best. He already knows he's the best, right? He already knows he's the best because his career and what he's been able to accomplish at welterweight division has proven that. But what he totally understood about a large portion of the fan base was you're never going to be able to make all these people happy. Just like he put that tweet out. No matter what you do in your division or no matter what divisions you conquer, there's still going to be people that's unhappy. So at one point in time, it was Deontay Wilder that was all, just being, they were stepping on everything he did. Regardless of the man sitting up here going in there fighting the best heavyweight, they were just trying to step on him every time he got. So when he completed the trilogy with Tyson Fury, they kind of understood that Deontay Wilder did exemplify that courage and he did the best he could. And they kind of subsided a little bit, digressed from that. Then the redirect was Terrence Bud Crawford. The redirect for the Grinches was Terrence Crawford. Why? Because you had two black fighters on the pound-for-pound list, and they felt that Errol Spence was the more popular one because they seen him with the hip-hop artists. They seen him, just basically off Yellow Beezy walking to the ring. Oh, I like that. That's cool. But see, they showed their hand, though. They showed their hand, though. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a second. I'm back. So let's pretty much put it out there when it comes down to how everything played out. We done heard it, retread it, replayed it, and everything, right? So when this initial fight was coming up with BOK Prime, no one had faith in it or anything. We found out that was the Grinches forming up once again to basically saturate whatever process Crawford had going on outside negotiations. They was going to try to dilute it with agitprop. They was going to try to do anything and everything. And if you listen to them, they talk about the same thing. All they do is just put some shit up in the title that Errol Spence is doing better. I mean, Bud Crawford isn't doing. It was always what Bud Crawford wasn't doing. He wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? It was always something he did wrong. They never put something he was doing right. The man left negotiations and all they was complaining about, oh, he blindsided Errol. Errol's a grown fucking man. He's in his 30s. And you can't sit up here and continue to contradict yourself, because when it boils down to you acknowledging Al Haymon as his advisor, right, then understand there's certain things you shouldn't be talking about, like being blindsided. How the hell he can be blindsided? And you got Al Haymon as the advisor, a person that knows the people at BOK Prime. He knows them. That's what I've been wanting to tell people. I put it out there before anybody was talking about it. I said Al Haymon has his hands in BOK Prime. But everybody want to act like they know after you tell them. So with that said, I was sending a message. Al Haymon know BOK Prime. Al Haymon knew what was going on with Terrence Crawford and BOK Prime. He wasn't blindsided by anything. Do you know who he is? Listen, I may have my criticism of how things are ran over there, but do you totally get that Al Haymon has his hands in a lot of stuff? Do you totally understand that this man went to court? He was taken to court, rather, because he had his hands in a lot of things. So you don't think he knows or he has some understanding of what was going on with Crawford behind the scenes? Do you not give Crawford any credit for saying that he was focused? Even certain people who say they was attached to BOK Prime was up here talking that, yeah, BOK Prime reached out to Crawford and he said, my focus right now is to make the fight with Errol Spence. So you trying to say that man has no integrity? He told you all. But you still come up here bitching and complaining and whining like you didn't hear that. He said he was totally focused on Errol Spence. It's okay for them to say they was going to fight this year in November with or without Crawford, right? But it's not good for Crawford to stand up and say this is going nowhere because you want to switch the date to 2023 and still place culpability in the lap of Terrence Crawford. Why? If you praise Canelo for being an independent agent, right? A free agent, independent, doing what he wants. When he was in that 11 fight deal and he got up out of there because the fighters that was on there wasn't what he expected, wasn't what he wanted, he was able to release himself from that. Canelo came over here when it was time to fight Caleb Plant. He scooped up the money and bounced. Neither one of you Grinches was up here speaking about that shit. You just let it ride because it's Canelo Alvarez. He just scooped up the money and left. Canelo didn't lock himself into a PBC deal. So why would you take the black fighter in Terrence Crawford and hold him to a different type of freaking scrutiny for not signing with PBC? Y'all wasn't telling Canelo Alvarez just to take and be the challenger and be quiet, humble yourself, take less money. You wasn't saying that. And then you listen to me tell you just what I said and then say, oh, well, Crawford ain't Canelo. You're right. He ain't Canelo, which makes it very much interesting, right? That since he isn't Canelo, but yet they was in the same position, being an independent contract, you shouldn't sit up here and have nothing to say when he refused to sign with PBC. All he want to do is take the straps off Errol Spence and keep it fucking moving to 54. Why does he have to lock himself into a deal? Somebody explain that. It doesn't need explaining. What's understood don't need to be explained. But he did an amazing job with all the damn rhetoric and criticism that was coming his way. And all these people talking that slave language, humble yourself, take less money. Just go in there basically and show us that you worthless. Crawford never demonstrated that in his career that he was worthless. It's just his haters, the Grinches, they want him to be represented as if he's worthless by their own words. Because I always say all the time, the tongue is a sword of life or death. So they'll continue to talk negative shit over and over again. Just like Fanon is over there today talking about the 120,000 pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? People, the gig is up. You can sit up here and parade your legal background all you want. But attorneys always lie. And if you don't have an active license right now, what are you doing? Just continue to act like you know what the hell you're talking about based off your history? You don't have any history in boxing. You haven't freaking represented any boxer. You had the audacity to ask Bill, oh, send me the paperwork, like he was sending you the paperwork for you to look it over. You're not credible. You're not credible. You're sitting up here talking about what people can do and they can just pay for a release. Well, it's better than to look at information that's online than to say sources, reports. And you talk about an MMA guy that don't have any freaking name attached to him. That's real talk. Like if it's just easy for World Combat Sports just to sit up here and say reports, an MMA guy. So if you identified that particular pronoun as a him, why can't you attach a name to it? Why can't you attach a description or identity to that guy? Why would you say an MMA guy? Because you know it's bullshit. You just want to put the low numbers out here to further dilute and saturate Crawford's name. Period. That's all you doing, bro. You and all the other Grinches out here, y'all chose to sell yourselves out. You know what I'm saying? You accepted your role and you chose to sell your soul. And you did. You sold your soul on here to the YTC to have a vendetta against one fighter. And just so happened that fighter have to be a black, another black man out here that y'all choose to damn talk crap about and denigrate their name out here in the media. But my whole life is to celebrate the brother. He did a wonderful job, man. Through all the hate and rhetoric that y'all spewed about this man, he did amazing. To get up, because these same brothers are going to be in their household talking about, black history and shit in a couple of months. They're going to talk about all these black leaders, people. They're going to be playing Dr. King when he was on the steps behind the podium. They're going to be talking all that shit. But yet, at the end of, the mid part to the end of 2022, these dudes was the Django. No, not Jamie. Steven. They was inside the house. You know what I'm saying? They was the ones that was banding together to tell on the ones that was trying to make it up out of there. It makes no sense at all the amount of hatred these Grinches put on one freaking fighter for doing what was best for him, his family, his team, and for the sport of boxing. Just think about that. He still gave the boxing public a fight this year. He gave a boxing public a fight this year. If Spence really wanted to fight this year, he should have fought this year. I'm talking about near the end of the year. He should have fought in December too. Why not? Why not? He should have fought. Nobody's talking about that Ugas fight no more. That would have been the perfect stage setting for Crawford to fight in December, Spence to fight in December. They both would have got a fight out the way by the close of the year, and then in 2023, we could have been talking a different language. But once again, as I always said, people, I've mentioned what Crawford does, which is 65% out of the ring, He only needs a 35% inside the square to beat Errol Spence. That 65% is extremely educational and important for people to know how this man takes care of himself, how he does everything he's supposed to as a boxer, how it resonates over to the ring with 6 straight defenses, 6 straight stoppages. That 65 cent is very, very important. And you know what? I think that 65 cent has increased since then. But when it comes to Errol Spence, he has proven everything I said. He's not the same. Not just based off the accident, but before he stepped in the ring with Sean Porter, he was ballooning up in weight and living reckless as an individual. He may be still walking around his lifetime healthy enough to put one foot in front of the other, but that shit caught up with him. He wasn't just in a bad situation falling, on in October, 12 days after he fought Sean Porter. That wasn't just a bad situation. He was in a bad situation prior to. And anybody and everybody that was around his team couldn't stop him from that situation. So he's ballooning up in weight, gaffing off his career, trying to find out. He was able to get away with fighting certain level of competition. You know what I'm saying? He was able to pick up some straps. Kudos to him. But what's the purpose of picking up and accelerating and advancing only to put yourself back down to ground zero? All that reckless behavior caught up with him. The car accident, and then he had another car accident after that, and then he just recently had another car accident, which I feel that car accident wasn't legitimate. It was just to take him or remove him from responsibility from the general public on him having a fight. That's my thought process on that. The dude looks way above 147 pounds. If you was hurt in any way, shape, or form, guess what? You should have been sitting over there. Ambulance should have been on deck, and you should have just took it to the hospital and made sure you was good to go. But no, you want to get on live. You want to sit up here and tell the people whatever. That's 2 accidents you've had, car accidents, right? After that primary one you had. And now I'm not sitting up here making accusations, on your welfare. But some things never added up. Just like the audio that was leaked and you was at Disney World. When people was like, okay, if you was really going to step in the ring in November, how are you on vacation? Spencer Holics, how is he on vacation, Grinch? The Grinches don't talk about that. All you want to do is continue to speak on Crawford's name, but you don't want to speak on, was this man actually in camp? So if behind the scenes they knew this man wasn't in camp, he wasn't in shape, because people don't just go up and eat funnel cakes at Disney World when they're in fight camp. If you know he wasn't going to fight, why waste Crawford's time? Why waste his time? Y'all wanted to stall this man out and take him all the way through a year with no fight, thinking you was going to have a man that was out the ring for more than a year. And then somehow, some way convince Spence that, hey, man, next year, you got to tighten up, man. We're going to try to make this fight. I think the fight wasn't made wholeheartedly due to 100% of Errol Spence's side of the house. He wasn't in shape. There's certain other things that's going on in his personal life. He wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Why would they move it? Because for one, Al Haymon was more concentrated on the in-house fight. Deep down inside, a lot of people, if the legends are feeling a certain way, there's other people that's feeling a certain way that Crawford can beat Errol Spence. Those belts come out from PBC. There's no more control. There's a lot of people that's over there knowing damn well that's going to be an extremely tough fight for Spence. It's a lot of people over there believe that Errol Spence cannot defeat Crawford. It's not as easy as Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant. It's not as easy as that, bro. It's not as easy as coming over there and scooping up that belt. A lot of people knew that, okay, Caleb Plant, he had had a small pinhole of a chance of beating Canelo Alvarez. But with this Crawford, yeah, going over there getting that WBO belt, it's not a pinhole, brother. It's not a pinhole. It's a hurricane. It's a volcano. It's a volcano. It's not as easy as saying, yeah, and Crawford, I'm coming for that fucking belt. Yeah, that shit sound good on mic. But you did absolutely nothing to ensure that you can make this fight happen. Now, if you telling the people you coming for the fucking belt, you make it all about money. Why is that? Why sit up here and say, well, I'm going to make it all about the money? The man talking about hedge funds and you want, oh, what about the back end money? Bro, you sound crazy. You're not even trying to make the fight. That audio that leaked, why haven't any more audio leaked? It's bullshit. It's bullshit. That's all. The only thing that wasn't bullshit was Timothy getting up here at the first semester of 2022 and letting everybody know where they was at. That was the ultimate flag right there. They ran it up the pole and they let you know. Boom. That's what it is. All this leaked audio, all this stage accident, all this, oh, I was gonna release, have a fight announcement 3 to 4 days after the accident. Cap. Hold on for a second. Let me get to this chat right quick, man. And big shout out to everyone that's in the building. The Grinch era, no doubt about it, brother. The Grinch era. Dang, they blowing up my phone. Hold up. Big Blunt said, oh man, why nobody covering this Errol Spence bull story? He was almost attacked by a bull on his ranch. LL tripped and fell, and the bull almost gored him. Your shout out to Reggie. That's crazy. The bull almost gored him. So you actually putting this out there as being something that's reality for real? Because I haven't heard it. But if indeed that's the fact, he need to make sure that's his bull. Did he check tag? Did he check the brand? Is it his? Somebody might have put that mean motherfucker on the damn property. Just to handle some business, dog. Shit, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna have a deranged bull on your shit and you out there? Man, come on, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah. Blunts, I can't do it. DS Warren, what's good? All that hate backfiring. That bud is doing great and more famous than before. No doubt. No doubt. We'll talk. Salute people who want to talk about Glove, but they don't want to talk about the bud could have injured his thumb. Retro for Life, 79 boxing. Don't know what that means exactly. What's good, WCS? Salute to the chat. Be more specific, that whoever you are, 79 boxing. Be more specific on who's tripping or whatever. Film study, salute to you. Other than Jeff Horn, what active champion has he dethroned at 147 fight of the year means this year, right? With film study, if you did your study, right, and film would be World Combat Sports, if that is indeed something that you choose to venture into. Knockout of the year, haters, all right? There's always a message in my thumbnails. It's a hater. Everything that he basically accomplished and achieved this year was a knockout to all the haters that was basically trying to sabotage his progress after stepping out the negotiations, brother. That's exactly where I'm getting at. That's where I'm at with it. And then for you to get on here and talk about the WBO champion, right? What other champion, active champion? It doesn't make any sense. It sounds very rudimentary when it comes to your knowledge in boxing, because we understand that Jeff Horn was undefeated with a Pacquiao on his record, and you're talking about the man himself moving up from 40, vacating the titles and getting an immediate title shot in a heavier division with a bigger fighter, and he went in there and did amazing. He got the job done and haven't lost since then, not only as a professional fighter, but in the welterweight division. He hasn't lost. So for you to come over here and talk about active champions, what does that have to do with anything? You should be asking Errol Spence that. Errol Spence is a unified champion, not Crawford. But yet, Terrence Crawford is the biggest threat in the welterweight division. That's very, very factual. So if you come over here thinking that toilet paper is reusable because you like being around shit, it's not going to fly over here, bro. That old, retraded, recycled damn information is not going to fly over here. Shout out to Jamal Neasy, $5 super chat. Salute to you, brother. One love. Hey, bud, you blindsided me. Now my car messed up. My body hurts. Can't make weight because of you. All my aerosexual support. My new orthopedic shoes. Real talk, man. I still been trying to locate the limited edition orthos that he had on, bro. And why? Why he had on the orthos, bro? Why? And then Big Blunt saying, I laughed my ass off. I think it's funny. He was trying to lasso the bull and missed. The rope fell in front of the bull. Then the bull chased him and he ran off but fell. I bet his girl bought him that bull. Oh my God. Damn. So let me get this straight, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to let the heat off the Grinches, man. You know, I don't want to, let off the recognition that I'm giving Terrence Crawford for being so successful and mindful to carry on his career and do productive shit in boxing. When we got Errol Spence out here trying to be a goddamn Long Island cowboy. That's what happened when you come from Long Island to Texas and you want to goddamn buy a bull. Well, no. Get a gift from a bull gifted from you from your chick. You know what I'm saying? And all along, they didn't tell you they've been feeding this mother strawberries dipped in gunpowder. You know what I'm saying? Strawberries dipped in gunpowder. And you're out there, where's your farm hands? Where are your farm hands at? You can't fight Keith Thurman, but you rather fight a bull that's out your weight class. I guarantee you that bull ain't 147. I guarantee you put that bull on the scale right now, it ain't 147. So you rather go out here and try to mess with a bull that's out of weight class, and you can't handle the bull that's in your weight class? That shit don't add up, brother. You can't handle the bull that's in your weight class, brother? That Omaha bull? You trying to lasso a bull that's outside your weight class. Wow. Don't have a professional record. Isn't domesticated. You're going out here once again trying to, man, it seems like you're trying to self-sabotage yourself. You're trying to damn put yourself so far out the ring. You fitting right into what they saying. You're trying to age Crawford out, bro. You're trying to stay out the ring so long that when they strip you of your titles, you can say, oh, man, I had the accident. And then the bull, the lasso, I ain't never did that shit before, but, man, I thought it was pretty cool during the holiday season. Man, you're doing shit that don't make sense, man, which further complements why the Grinches don't know what the hell they talking about. You and the Grinches fit hand in hand in a group, bro. The shit y'all talk about and your actions don't make sense when it comes to this whole entire scenario. You wasn't ready to step in the ring with Terrence Crawford in November. You wasn't ready. So they had to come up with something at the last freaking minute and make it seem like Crawford was the one that was prolonging everything and procrastinating. No, it wasn't. He wasn't ready. Just like he isn't ready right now when Keith Thurman name came out and they wanted you to fight Keith Thurman. But now all of a sudden stuff started to hurt and you can't get in fight camp for Keith Thurman. You're not even fighting in April, May, and June. Every time you turn around, this dude is into something. But the Grinches are still going around here parading and trying to talk that bullshit and get all angry at WCS when they know their man is fucked up, bro. Your man's is fucked up, man. Blunt said, shit, I think the fight is done. Come back, you know how I feel. I think it's going down in April, May. Hey, we'll see. That's damn near half of the freaking year, bro. And then, look, if you in here and you asking me, how can I hate someone that I don't know? It absolutely doesn't pertain to me, but you have the First Amendment at your disposal, right? So since you have the First Amendment at your disposal, I get it. But one area you're totally missing before you come over here to WCS, you should have went all around, and that's these other Grinch channels, all the hating ass channels. Ask them other cowards, why did they spend the whole entire 24 hours of their days talking shit about Bud Crawford? Because you're in the wrong area, homie. You just want me to talk about you. But shout out to Jamal Neasy, you know, dropping that super chat. I got to get back to the important supporters of the channel, not the ones that's coming here just, you know, asking questions, whining and crying and all this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can't come over here and talk about who's straddling the fence. You know why? You're not even decided. You're a temporary boxing fan, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're a temporary boxing fan. DS1 said the jig is up. I guess it means the dance is over. It is. Look, how much shit has to happen? Knockout will come over here talking about how Spence has an advocate now, Heyman. and how he knows he has people that's advocating for him and stuff like that. So that just further proves my point, right? That Errol Spence don't know a lot about what's going on. He didn't know a lot about what was going on in those negotiations. He didn't know because he has an advisor in Al Haymon to do that for him. And why would Terrence Crawford ace himself by speaking with Al Haymon and then going down the chain of command? He's at the top of the chain of command now. Why would he go down the chain of command to believe that Errol Spence will give him more information than what he's receiving from Al Haymon? Because ultimately, regardless of what they talk about, nothing's going to be changed. Errol Spence is not calling up Al Haymon and say, you know what, I talked to Crawford, Al, and I think this is where we should go, okay? I don't want to talk about anything else. I think this is where we should go. No, that's not the case. It's Al, what Al chooses to do. He's at the higher chain of command. He's the grand poobah. Errol Spence didn't know what the fuck was going on. Just like he didn't know, it's not very smart for him to go out here and try to lasso a bull. And being that he can't even get a hold of the bull in his own weight class, he's going to try to go out here and fuck with another bull. How? He further want to take himself out. He further want to take himself out of the conversation. So when he start being stripped of these belts, he won't look as stupid. Yeah, you're going to look entirely the same way you're looking now, brother. You're going to look entirely the same way you're looking now. Bad. These channels are still, the Grinch channels are still walking around here complaining about the BLK Prime shit. Like I asked you yesterday and the day before that, what are you going to do about the numbers? If the numbers is not to your satisfaction, who gives a fuck? Because you was sitting up here talking about fight wasn't going to happen. BLK Prime was a joke. How can they put on a fight? It's not going to happen. I'd be surprised he stepped in the ring. I'd be surprised he get paid. Well, he got paid. He stepped in the ring. He got the knockout. You still angry. Because all that hating ass shit y'all was doing on that black man, it was all for naught. You know it was all for naught. It was all for naught. You showed the YTC community what crack journalists is all about. Y'all are extremely focused on getting the next hit. Y'all willing to do anything and everything for the next hit. Y'all sold yourselves out, sold your soul to hate on one particular boxer, and it did zero to affect the outcome of the motherfucking results. Do y'all totally get that shit? It did absolutely nothing to affect the outcome of the results. He still stepped in the ring and he still got the win. But yet y'all continue not to talk about the problem man. Your fighter that you abandoned and you kicked to the curve is out here doing weird shit. But y'all refuse to talk about it. From the TikTok goddamn excursion that he had, you know what I'm saying? The warm bath water with goddamn them tornado strawberries that he ate. The him going out here, being at Disney World doing fight camp supposedly, lying to his fans, going out here again on just so happened, the coincidence of all coincidence, he gets into a car accident with a 14-year-old runaway. The guy who was in a runaway car, goddammit, on fight night when his shirts dropped. Just by coincidence, he expect his dumbass fans to believe it. Cool. Believe that shit. It's okay, brother. Bud said he didn't need Spence. Listen, the man was in negotiation to try to help the less fortunate out. He understands what's going on. He understands that Spence is not in the best mindset mentally. He understands that. But just because he said he didn't need the man for his legacy, did that hurt your feelings? Did that hurt your feelings that the man spoke the truth? Do you want him to fabricate the shit and act like he's pleading, begging? That he need him for his legacy? He don't need him for anything. He don't need the guy for his legacy, bro. I know that's very acerbic. On you know, when you taste it and everything, the shit is very, very sour. I know it rub you the wrong way, man. There's certain areas of your thought process that become inflamed. I know it is, bro. Why are you still talking about what he said he didn't need Spence? What does that have to pertain to my topic discussion, bro? T-Pitts on deck. What's good? Those losers are just mad because Spence is damaged goods. Ooh. He said Spence is damaged good and Bud is still rising. Talk to him, shawty. That's no foolish talk right there. That's no foolish talk. For real. That is no foolish talk at the end of the day. Big Blunt say, hell no. At film study. I want both of them to win the fight. I'm about to petition to have 2 undisputed champions that night. If it's a draw, they got to share the belts. Hell no, that's just not part of the policy within the boxing realm. They're Big Blunts in boxing. I understand you in the holiday spirit, brother, but no. No, it's too many Grinches out there to allow that to happen. It's too many Grinches. The Grinches wouldn't allow that to happen. They'd be outside protesting, run around the parking lot, makeup coming off, all them green motherfuckers looking stupid. They have to call local law enforcement to come up here and goddamn clean their ass up. Say, hey, y'all have to break it up. Y'all have to leave the premises. You know what I'm saying? Y'all causing cushion up here. Y'all have to leave the premises, man. But, sir, we spend so much money on the outfit and costumes and everything, man. This ain't right. Look at Mitch. Shout out to Mitch on deck. What's good? Look at what Mitch said. He said it's a way to save face, bro. Because Spence rather lose to Canelo than Bud. Damn, that's like a paper cut. That's like having a paper cut on each of your fingertips and goddamn fucking around and trying to peel a lemon. That shit sting different. It's a way to save face because Spence rather lose to Canelo. And you know what? He's 1,000% correct. Because to call out Canelo, he did. He called out Canelo. He wanted to fight with Canelo. Behind the scenes, he was trying to get Al Hammond to make the fight with Canelo. This man thought he would move up just because he's ballooning up in weight in between fights and think he would stand a chance with Canelo 168. That would have been a eulogy right before our eyes, bro. And then these damn Grinches would have came up here tomorrow. Well, man, truth be told, man, he took a risk. Truth be told, man, I respect him, man. He took a risk, dog. You know, Mikey Garcia moved up 2-weight, man. Come on, he took a risk. Ben Rodriguez moved up too. They would have started to compare all the people who moved up more than one class. Man, he was daring to be great. No, you was daring to be stupid. You was daring to cash that O in. And you wanted to use Canelo, who's the right name, to do that. Come on, bro. We don't give a F about them hating on Bud because our champ Bud is knocking everybody out. While it's his damaged goods and ain't doing shit. He couldn't even knock out Lil Mickey. No, bro, you didn't call him Lil Mickey. Hey, Mickey. He didn't call the lightweight, bro. He didn't call the lightweight out as being Mickey, did he? Because we all know, how can a brother, look, check this out. How can a brother accept this Latino fighter with open arms that never had a fight in his division? How can he be so welcoming with all this hospitality? How can he be so welcoming, y'all? They say, yeah, come on, Mickey. Come on up, man. I know you're a lightweight. Come on up. Let's do this, man. Let's make money. Let's go and put butts in the seat. Yeah, it was good. But unfortunately for Mikey, he found out how the Grinches are too. Because they wanted to lie and act like he didn't have anything to do with putting butts in the seats. He absolutely did. He was the primary reason the numbers did what they did. Because the fan base, even the populace over there in Texas, is more Latino than blacks. In boxing, period, Latino fans support their fighters more than black fans do black fighters. That's a fact, whether you like it or not. Let's continue to laugh at the aerosexuals. You know, some of the shit they do is funny and a lot of it isn't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't deleting anything. If somebody over there deleting your comment, stop being a snitch, man. You know, the wrenches over here, they pretty lenient, bro. Real talk. They pretty lenient. Stop being a snitch. If you don't see your comment, don't start snitching on somebody freaking deleting your comment. You know what I'm saying? Nobody deleting shit over here. I'm looking on YouTube. I don't even see you being timed out, brother. Because usually shit flies by bread and I'll do the timing out. You ain't did shit to get time out. You just a straggle over here in the midst of greatness. You know what I'm saying? These individuals are supporting one of the greatest to ever do it. And you over here is the pharaoh freaking straggler talking about, hey man, name a champion outside of Jeff Horn that we can goddamn praise Terrence Bud Crawford for beating. Man, that shit makes no sense, bro. Bro, he said needed Porter for this legacy. Goddamn, Gumbo in the building. What's Gumbo? Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, with the $100 super chat on deck. What's good, Gumbo? Appreciate you, brother. Happy holidays to you. Salute WCS, my brother, and thanks for your support. Man, thanks for your support, brother. Thanks for your support. I appreciate that, Gumbo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put it out there because people always pocket watching. Make sure y'all screenshot this $100 super chat because what it's going to do is it's going to allow them to try to invite Gumbo back in their good graces. They're going to say, hey, Gumbo, I know what I did, and I goddamn, I said I screenshot. I hopped to see that 100. I know you used to support the channel, but we need you back, Gumbo, goddamn it. Dues is coming up. Okay, Gumbo, dues is coming up. We need you over here, Gumbo. Come back to us. Come home, brother. But appreciate you, Gumbo. Real talk, man. Glad you out there doing what you do. Much appreciated. I think this is the first $100 super chat I got, you know, since I've really been talking boxing on YouTube. And I accept it. I'm grateful. I thank the brother Gumbo for supporting the channel. A real one. A.K.A. Sucker Free. You know what I'm saying? Sucker Free. Appreciate you there, Gumbo. Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, with the damn 100. Yeah, I gotta let that shit up there. You know, they drop a super chat like that. I can't just take that shit down, man. I gotta let it marinate because these brothers be out here screenshotting. You know what I'm saying? They be screenshotting. And I don't even ask for super chats like that. Gumbo always just do it on his own. Jamal Neasy do it on his own, man. You know what I'm saying? Tony Boswell, they do it on his own. They support the channel, bro. Appreciate y'all. It pertains to him being a duck. He needs the Porter fight for his resume, just not Spence. Have no idea how relevant that is to my topic, but it's okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to probate that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to probate any of what you just said. We're not sitting up here talking about Sean Porter that happened last year when we about to head into 2023. When both of them had Porter on their resume, but Crawford, he did it better. He forced his dad's hand and he forced Sean Porter's hand. That's power right there. That's power. Whether you all want to dilute the fact that his pops jumped up on the ring, kudos to Kenny for jumping up there and saving his son, who gave him the sign to stop the fight. Yeah. Sean Porter gave him the sign. Stop the motherfucking fight. If you don't know, it's no longer new media. It's true media. It's no longer new media. It's true media. Get it right. Heading into 2023. Get it right. True Media Today USA on deck. Malachi in the building. What's good with it, Coach? Salute to the chat. Peace at WCS. Salute to you. Coach say, man, we starting off fresh for 23, and we trying to goddamn break ground on higher ground. You know what I'm saying? We going up. It's True Media. Big Blunt say, my OG among the realest WCS Gumbo Chaos. Coach, shout out to Chaos, man. He donate to the channel too. My bad, Chaos. Wild Dog, he donate too. Behind the scenes too, man. Shout out to my guy Chaos, that Wild Dog, man. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers are too real wise men, 40 plus old, that don't get internet compromise their character. 40 plus. What about 50 plus, shawty? What about that 5 plus? You know what I'm saying? Where you coming from, though? Shout out to Film Study trying to stay. Look, Film Study really want to be a part of this movement, but he's just one of those people that want to get attention first, and he just don't know how to come in and say, you know what, I fucked up and wasted my time. I want to be a part of Team Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Even Big Blunts isn't. I'm just saying, really, he want to be a part of WCS, the live chat that's in here, because we got some real ones in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We got some real ones over here. So he just want to be a part of the voices that's over here talking that real boxing. That's all. He's lost. You know, we have openings for you. You've been over here before. But I question how long you've been studying the sport of boxing, because you keep on retreading on old information. It's old information. Dated. Shout out to my guy, Shot News, the Sox Experience, aka Showtime Shot on deck. What's good? Salute WCS in the chat. Most of these content creators don't hold Spence accountable for nothing. He is their God. He said they don't hold him accountable for nothing. He is absolutely correct. That's the problem, a big problem. When Crawford was up here making moves and standing up on his own too, 10 toes down, all they want to focus on, babysitting. Oh, man, he blindsided my guy, Errol Spence. He blindsided him. Errol Spence don't know what to do. If you believe that bullshit that these guys talking, then you are straight up casual. You are straight up casual. How can he have one of the highest in chain of command advisors in the sport of boxing, but yet he's going to convey that he was blindsided? You think that the position that Al Heyman holds, he's going to get blindsided by something? You're trying to convince us that Al didn't know what was going on with BLK since he has his hands in BLK too? Y'all not seeing the full picture. Y'all want to come over here and regurgitate the same information. Well, you know, Terrence Crawford, he agreed to everything. Why he didn't sign the contract? And he should have did this. They don't even know the whole deal. They refuse to talk about it. I'm putting it out there. Al Heyman knew exactly what was going on with BLK Prime. He wasn't trying to make the fight with Errol Spence because of what was going on with Errol Spence, bro. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. The ones that was wasting time was PBC, bro. Al Heyman was fully aware on what BLK Prime was trying to do. It wasn't like he didn't know. It wasn't like he didn't know. Come on, man. That man, you know how many people, just like on the YTC, okay, example, you know how people be dropping links and they quick to screenshot and they be telling that on grown ass men like Gumbo? The same shit. Al Heyman have people that contact him and let him know in the boxing world what's going on. You think he was totally naive and dumbfounded and he didn't know what Terrence Crawford was doing? Like, you think he didn't know that BLK Prime contacted him? And even when Crawford told you all that he was focused on Spence alone, y'all still didn't give the man any benefit of the doubt. He was a liar. You know what I'm saying? He was a liar. You didn't want to goddamn let him know I mean, y'all didn't give him any type of percentage of honesty. Y'all try to act like the man didn't have no character, integrity. The man sat there and told you all he was fully vested in making this fight with Errol Spence. When he found out it was a dead end, he turned his vehicle around and went over there within 36 hours. They was able to get amnesia and worked out absolutely superb. Freaking superb. This nigga's out here trying to lasso bulls, and he was in fight camp. Man, stop the cap, bro. Stop. Stop, man. Stop it. It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, shout out to Gumbo. Blessings to your son, bro. I know we talked about it. I really don't like calling people kids stepson, because if you're in it and you as long as you knew that young man, I mean, it's not really a step. I know it's not yours, but it's not really a step. You know what I'm saying? That's a long time to know somebody without, like, hey, that's really my son right there. Real talk. You know, I used to defend Bud and talk shit to Arrow fans. At this point, it's not needed. They're just sad, pathetic humans. They sold themselves out, bro. They accepted their role and where they wanted to be on this YTC. And it's a lot of things that transition over to real life. Like, you just can't take the YTC boxing talk as just social media. It's a different type of conundrum that you choose to affiliate yourself with. It's a differently that you choose to have membership. These people sold themselves out to become the Grinch. Everything they said about Terrence Crawford, negative, negative, negative. They can't award this man with anything, y'all. It's always freaking negative, negative, negative. And they sit back and they believe just because they smirk, they've having success. No, when you put a goddamn shovel to the neck of a snake and separate his body from his head, it still smiles too. It does. It still smiles. And if you touch it too short, you know, the motherfucker try to bite you. But still, it'll have a smile on his face. You know what I'm saying? Even though it has no more life. And these Grinches has no more life to this subject of Terrence Crawford. They couldn't stop the process. As much as they slitted themselves around in this motherfucker and try to be sneaky, try to sabotage any type of freaking social media exposure that Crawford needed to put him in the most positive light. They did everything down. But he kept on stepping and stepping and stepping. He went and did his interviews, and those are some of the most talked about interviews on social media. His name is one of the most populated names in the YTC algorithm. But yet these individuals sold themselves out, man, in the most darkest way possible. From being so-called content creators talking about boxing to their namesake, Bud Crawford demons. They want to be the Grinch that attempted to steal Bud Crawford's notoriety for an entire half a year. But it can work. All that time they can't get back. You know what I'm saying? All these guys, look at them. You look at them. All these guys are so miserable in that little squared up space they have. And they talking about a man in a squared up space. That little bitty room they got. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit all the time. Now, check this out, bro. Look, reading is fundamental. Reading is fundamental. You know why I got Bud Crawford's Fight of the Year? Because of everything he endured. You know what I'm saying? And also the popularity that he was able to gain on his own. You know what I'm saying? He came out his shell. He wasn't a boxer who's usually familiarized with his boxing fans with being in the media. But in the process of him leaving Top Rank, it's commendable on how he moved after he left Top Rank. He pretty much consistent and true to himself. He stayed consistent and true to himself. He had his last fight, which was Sean Porter. And then he stayed true to himself to wait till Errol Spence go over here and fight Yordenis Ugas. And he negotiated. Did he not? The man stayed true to himself. So just because he went over there with good intentions and he didn't get the results he wanted, how can we sit up here and finger point in his direction and say, oh, you failed. You didn't do what you're supposed to. No, all the shit is playing out to the Grinches. They just don't want to talk about it. Errol Spence allegedly having a substance problem, the video coming out, him seeming like he under the influence. Everything started to damn blossom right there, bro. Crawford did everything he was supposed to do to make this shit from start to finish, try to make the fight happen. And he couldn't do it on his own. Spence wasn't ready to step in the ring with Crawford. If y'all go back to my live when he got in shape for the Yordenis Ugas fight, what did I say? That's the best Errol Spence shape you're going to see right there. Why? Because they needed to get that WBA belt. They knew that Spence was undisciplined behind the scenes. And people not going to say this, but I'll put it out there. I don't think he was all the way where he's supposed to when it comes to his freaking doing that shit strictly off nutrition. I don't think so. That dude was freaking looking skinny and frail a month and a half out. That's tough. That's tough to maintain that weight that long. That's the best we was gonna see him as far as his condition goes. It wasn't so much that he was maintaining mental discipline. It was a fact for which how he was damn cutting weight. They want to talk about, oh, we got a nutritionist team. They doing the best. Where they at now? Where they at now? You was looking super skinny. But now you done balloon back up in weight and you was going to have a fight in February? You was going to have a fight. People sitting up here saying that he was going to fight and somebody said that all of a sudden he was going to fight in February. Okay, but dude is nowhere close to 147 pounds, bro. He's nowhere close to 147 pounds. That's just real talk. I mean, the pictures, you know, people want to go up here and say, oh, man, I know y'all talking about. No, I'm not talking about no Photoshop pictures. I'm talking about pictures that's floating around of him, period. He's nowhere close. You can tell it in his face, cheekbones. You know what I'm saying? His skull even got fat on it. Dude look big. And he has some fake ass accident and then talk about, oh, stuff started to hurt, so I ain't gonna fight the April, May, or June. Man, get the fuck out of here, dog. Ain't nothing misleading. Don't anybody come over here and talk my shit misleading. Crawford Fight of the Year, in my opinion, I find him being the Fight of the Year just based off the strength of what he attempted to do to unify the division. And at this point in time, we know that Errol Spence isn't ready. He wasn't ready, he isn't ready, and he's not going to be ready. The conversation we was just having was what? Do we think we're going to see the fight? Do we think we're going to see the fight? Well, goddamn, Spence proved that shit to us. He's not ready for the fight. All these extra collateral activities that he's getting to, what are they? They are considered deleterious to a professional fighter. That's just like Jay Will having an accident on a motorcycle. This shit in your contract not supposed to be on motorcycles, and that shit damn near ended your career. Why the fuck is this dude out here wrangling bulls? Why is he out here in the intersection once again? How, bro? Come on, man. Y'all smarter than that. How is this man out in the intersection and it's a runaway 14-year-old? Come on, bro. How can this man be on the video out of his mind and he's supposed to be ready for fight camp? Come on, bro. Stop. Stop, man. Tree on deck. What's good with it? Hey, Town Biz in this motherfucker? I didn't even see Town Biz. Where you at? I didn't see Town Biz in here at all. If you in here, man, shout out to my God Town Business, man. Shout out to you. I didn't even see you in here, brother. Gooch, what's good? What's good, bro? Honesty is good for the soul. It is, man. If people accept this, you know what I'm saying? Be honest within yourself, man. That's all you need. You can't go up here trying to convince everybody of what that is. Like you can't appease everybody. It's impossible, bro. It's impossible. DBMH, what's good with it, bro? Chaz one, what's good? Crawford is pound for pound, and everybody knows it. Hey, man, in my opinion, hey, I agree 100% of what you're saying. The dude did something, and he knocked out the entire Grinch community, y'all. He's one of the only fighters to go through the Grinch era. He had a whole entire freaking coalition formed to talk strictly about him, and it's all negative. They basically did away with talking boxing, and they choose to speak on a boxer. You know what I'm saying? They had multiple topics to talk about, but they chose to strictly on this boxer named Terrence Bud Crawford. That's what they wanted to do. That shit is incredibly stupid. Incredibly stupid. You chose to talk strictly about one particular fighter in the worst way possible. Talking about he didn't do this, he can't do this, he ducked. Everybody know he didn't duck anything. Now y'all trying to put the man in a glove gate situation. Let me turn you on to game once again, right? You can't sit up here and blame Crawford for anything. The commission has to approve those gloves, right? The commission should be the first line of your attack if you're going to blame anybody. We can't sit up here and call on the commission when it feels comfortable. The commission approved the gloves. When the gloves start to deteriorate, they could have called right then and there a break into action, which the only thing about them calling a break into action and switch gloves, it only would have delayed the results that was going to happen anyway. And that was David Avanesian going to the upper room. Real talk. He was going to the upper room anyway. He was going to the upper room. But y'all can't sit up here and say, well, Terrence Crawford, they allowed him. What was that again? You said They. They. Okay, so if they allow him to continue and they was going to basically take action after the 6th round, can't put any type of damn culpability on Crawford for his gloves deteriorating. And then when Everlast brings out a freaking statement, you just look at it and say, nah, man, fuck that, man. Now you acting like Crawford had his own gloves, dog. TC gloves on deck. TC gloves on deck. They're a little bit heavier than usual. But yeah, we don't know. We never seen these gloves in a fight, but supposedly Terrence Crawford bringing out the special sauce for David Avanesian. Does that make any sense, y'all? Y'all call the man a bum. You say he wasn't nobody. So why y'all sitting up here sounding stupid, talking about, oh, well, his gloves was defective. He was cheating. Man, come on, man. Y'all hate that man that much that you're not going to give him credit for going in there stopping him. You want to act like he was trying to cheat, his gloves was defective. Blame the commission. Blame those individuals that are in authority to approve the fight, first of all. So if the commission has to approve the fight, y'all going to try to remove their responsibility from approving the gloves? They had to approve the gloves too. Once the gloves were approved, the fighter stepped into the ring. A situation happened at the end of the 5th, and the gloves started from defective material. Everlast put the statement out there. You don't believe him? Wasn't David and Crawford fighting with the same gloves? Come on, y'all. That's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit. Lost Art of Boxing, the LAB on deck. What's good with it? WCS, what's popping, my guy? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going full? Caps in full on deck, man. What's good with it? But listen, y'all need to understand with this, for 23. I'm at a point right now where I mentioned before, I don't care who Crawford is fighting. If people going around talking about, well, Errol Spence, he's no longer going to be able to fulfill his deck. Well, at this point in time, people are not going to give me credit for anything. I put it out there a long time ago. I said, man, he'll never be the same. He has residual effects that's going on. He has residual effects. Nate Jones put that shit out a long time ago about him potentially having some type of substance problem. Nate said that. It's on record. So being he was ballooning up, being in the presence, in front of the lens, in public, inebriated, and these Grinches don't want to talk about it, that's your cowardice state of mind. You don't even want to talk about him being fucked up in public. But you get mad when people bring up an accident and say, let it go. But yet you want us to let that shit go, but yet a video come out of him seemingly looking like he's under the influence of some again. Not only that, you all go silent and start talking about Kyrie Irving. That happened to be some of the most cowardice type of damn journalism, if you want to call yourself. No, I can't call you a journalist. Y'all ain't no journalists. Because we know damn well a journalist report on damn near anything. I have to put y'all right back in the nesting pool of just YouTubers, Spence tubers. Y'all chose to talk about Kyrie Irving rather than talk about something that's way more important, that's playing out right in front of your face. God damn it, this man has an issue and you don't want to talk about it because you don't have enough cojones to do it. He ain't fucking with y'all anyway, so why not y'all talk about that like y'all talk about Bud? He ain't fucking with none of y'all. Fanon's not gonna have on his channel. Knockout, ETB, none of y'all, man. Boxing Ego, none of y'all. Drew, none of y'all. Blue, none of y'all gonna get Spence on your goddamn channel. None of y'all gonna get Crawford on your channel. Period. I won't either. It's not gonna happen, bro. All y'all doing is just taking advantage of the algorithm. That's it. They up here clout chasing analytics. Now. I can't make this shit up. What's going on, Town Business, Sports, Entertainment on deck? What's good with it, Town? What up? Sticking boys on deck. Salute WCS, my guy. Salute chat. You cooking, I'm driving. Keep dropping in the hot grease. Yes, sir, man. It has to be done. These Grinches has to be cooked until they goddamn golden, crispy black. You know what I'm saying? These haters have forced Crawford into a whole nother situation to prove who he is, even when it comes to his business. Once again, not only did he handle business outside the ring with his negotiations with Avanesian, he handled business inside the square too. I gotta give him the fight of the year for that type of damn courage. You know what I'm saying? Not selling out. Not selling himself out, bro. Not just saying, you know what, it ain't gonna be that bad if I don't fight in 22. Fuck it. I'll just wait, man, to prove to the people. He wanted to get the 10 million this year. So the 10 million he went and got. But these haters, these Grinches, they want to talk about, oh man, well, it ain't no way possible, man. They say he only got 2 point something million. Why are you so concerned about how much dollars Dan is making? It's almost like a lot of you niggas want to walk around holding Crawford's damn pocket lining. What was that, Crawford? Okay, we going left? Okay. All right. Oh, you got some dirt on your shoe, Crawford. Can I get that out for you, bud? Can I get that? Okay. Oh, you about to go get something to eat? Can I feed it to you? I just want to be a part of it. Can I feed you? Oh, you got something on your mouth right there. Let me get that for you right there. Let me get that off your mouth right there. Yeah. Oh, it's a piece of lint on your shoulder. Let me get that lint off. Y'all niggas act like y'all really involved like that. Like, real talk. Y'all act like y'all really involved with this dude. Y'all put so much vested effort, hours upon hours upon hours. Y'all not proving shit to WCS. You prove to yourself and the mirror that you sold your soul to talk bad about one particular man just because you needed some extra cash for Christmas. Real talk. Y'all sold yourselves out to do a hate bashing freaking parade, a smear campaign on one fighter, when the one that you should have been highlighting is Errol Spence, who y'all just basically abandoned, didn't care shit about it, put him up in the motherfucking adoption arena. Y'all just totally abandoned, man. Y'all abandoned that dude. He really needed y'all help. This man's out here trying to lasso and become a PBR affiliate when he's a boxer. I'm pretty sure somewhere in the contract, Al Heyman said, hey, if you got a motherfucking lot and there's 10 acres or more and you got them farm animals on there, do not go out there purchasing bulls that's not tame, okay? He put that shit in the contract. If you come up here and you get gored by a bull, man, I'm gonna fine your ass. For real. I'm gonna charge you being stupid. People gonna sit up here and say it's okay for him to dang. He purchased it. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. Just like you purchase a sports car and get behind it and you're not in the right frame of mind and you go wreck that shit. And then you buy another car and you go wreck it. And then you buy another car and it's on December 10th and just so happen you need some attention, so you go out there and stage a motherfucking accident scene. I mean, when does the shit stop? And then that's not enough for you. You want to go up here and do some other goofy shit and fuck around with a bull. The bull don't know you unless you got that motherfucker time and hit the ground from his mama. Crawford is the only guy on here who have people that try to pocket watch him. Man, hey, they try to, man. They clout chasing analytics that town. They wanted some extra Christmas money. So look, they picked out Terrence Crawford for them to sit up here and run their smear campaign on. They clout chasing analytics, bro. They said right now he the hottest topic on YTC, and we're gonna talk about him every day. We don't care how personal it get. We're no longer content creators. We're Spence tubers. The Spence tubers are gonna goddamn continue to talk about Bud Crawford every fucking day. They sold themselves out talking about Terrence Crawford every day in their title. That's how desperate these motherfuckers are. How are you supposed to ever recover from this? Talking about, oh, it's Spence. But yet you're not even damn concerned about him. You're not allowing his name to populate in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are putting all this vested interest in a fighter that you can't fucking stop, bro. You can't fuck with Crawford. He already been in and out the ring. On to the next. He's chilling during the days, bro. He got paid and everything while your boy out here trying to lasso a bull. I guess his career, he's gonna be one of the few black PBR riders up in here, professional bull riders. I guess now he's trying to train to be a goddamn PBR rider. I'll tell you this, they better give him a helmet. They better give that dude a helmet. You trying to go to a second career like that? For real. Straight up, he wrecked his first Ferrari. Hey, man, I ain't worried about, look, I'm not even worried about what Spence wrecked. The quality, the type of car it was. I'm just speaking about why he was in that position to begin with, because he has all those people that's his circle, right? It's just a lot of areas that they failed him in. Still to now, they failed him. But instead of talking that shit, man, shout out to Team Crawford. You know, fighter of the year, knockout of the year. He took these motherfuckers' heads off. He continued to look forward to where he was trying to go in the direction of making another fight to get paid. He did so. And not only that, he make it cheesy. He went over there and gave you 5 solid rounds. And he got the guy up out of there. Knockout of the year. Grinch style. Knock their ass out. And then we should be commending him for still being unfucking defeated. WBO World Welterweight Champion. Pound for pound best. He destroyed them. All by himself. One man on. He destroyed them. He destroyed these dudes, bro. We got cats over there busy talking about the numbers he did with BOK. Are you dumb or are you stupid, man? Come on, bro. Why are you still talking about freaking BOK numbers? The man check is freaking cleared. The man check is cleared. This not Regis Prograde shit. Well, hey man, I went to the bank. That bank saying, man, insufficient funds. That we didn't hear that from Crawford. He went ahead and got his shit paid. It's over. The lights are out. The ring is gone until next year. If Adrian Broner's next, we'll talk about AB. Why don't y'all start talking about AB? Start talking about hyping up his fight. And look, let it be known. We saw the sabotage within that freaking LDBC happen, go down. You know what I'm saying? Blue wanted to pretend that he had a lot to do with this fight, which he didn't. It proved that cap. So what they chose to do is, I'm going to continue to talk shit about Terrence Crawford because he feel he's going to switch over and start supporting Crawford. And that shit didn't work. That shit didn't work, dog. They continue to sabotage the dude, man. They continue to sabotage him. They start talking mad shit about BOK. And I put it out there for these fools to understand that Al Heyman has his hands in BOK. Okay? Don't say I didn't give you the courtesy. He has his hand over there. It's all there for you, bro. None of y'all niggas knew that. Don't come in here acting like you knew all that. Oh man, I was looking at it. And I saw that too. No, the fuck you didn't. You didn't see shit. You didn't see a motherfucking thing. Al Heyman got his hands in BOK Prime too, bro. Look, I'm gonna give you another nugget. Who was Al Heyman signed? Who was Adrian Broner signed to? Why Adrian Broner? Come on. Why Adrian Broner of all people, dog? Come on. The writing is on the wall. I just dropped another gem for you. Adrian Broner, who was he signed to? I'll wait. I'll wait, man. I will wait. Who was Adrian Broner signed to? Why Adrian of all people? Okay then. Know that I inform you, and moving forward, watch the names that's gonna pop up. Watch some of the bigger names that's gonna pop up, man. You know, that's the Grand Poobah. That's the Grand Poobah, bro. If that bull had gored him while he was on the ground, he may have never boxed again. The truth be told, there, Blunts, we don't know if he's going. We don't know what he got going on right now. He has some mandatories on deck. We don't know what he has going on right now, man. Forget the tip of the horn. Forget the horn that's attached to the head. Forget the head that's to the bull. We don't know what Spence has going on right now, bro. He said April, May, or June. We know one thing, Bunts. We know one thing, okay? You said on the strength, you fight is made, all right? We know one thing in between that window you're talking about is that Terrence Bud Crawford has a mandatory in May. That's it. Also, we understand that what trumps a freaking mandatory? Okay, we got that. And then third of all is the big ass question mark. Is Crawford going to fight a mandatory? Or is he going to fight freaking Errol Spence? Right now is the perfect time to give a shock and awe value to the fight fans for next year. Because there's no hope in this fight. People is just basically aborted mission and say, you know, I'm tired of talking about this. This would be the perfect shock and to drop this official announcement next year that they finally made the fight happen, right? They finally made the fight happen. It's the perfect time. We have ample amount of time to do a press tour. We talking about April, May, June. We have ample amount of time for at least 2 press tours for this, right? To build this fight up. The venue is not going to be a problem. Okay? The venue is not going to be a problem. So therefore, when it all comes to the planning process and the time, you know, Knockout can't come around here whining, complaining that Terrence Crawford took too much time. Man, get out of here. Get out of here. We got ample amount of time for this fight to play out and for press tour to be freaking on the schedule if this fight is going to go down. That's it. Enough time next year. April, May, June, that's enough time. What's the excuse going to be? Let's see it. Let's see it, bro. If I was a pro fighter, I would pay extra attention to myself and making sure I didn't jeopardize my health in any way. You know, everybody is not the same. Everybody has a different playbook for the game. Errol Spence's playbook is different. You know what I'm saying? Errol subs himself in and out. You know what I'm saying? When he subs himself out the game, he go back in the locker room and fuck off and then come back. He said, man, where you been? Damn, it's the 4th quarter. Oh, man, shit, they had that complimentary yak back there, man. Before I know it was a quarter, man. I was like, shit, I done missed this. The second half of the first quarter, the whole second and third, and now I'm back in the 4th. Damn, that shit went by quick, man. My fault, man. I just had a couple of shots. I dozed off, dog. I dozed off. Oh, my God, man. I just want to know what was had he successfully roped the bull. Practice on a goat or something first. Oh, my God. He said practice on a goat, dog. He said practice on the goddamn billy goat, nigga. What you going up here for bodacious for? Who told you to goddamn purchase bodacious? You know what I'm saying? Who told you to goddamn try to get one of the most legendary bulls that's retired? I think bodacious might be dead now because I'm actually a fan of PBR. I ain't gonna lie. I'm actually a fan of PBR. You know? But, you know, I agree with what Andrew said, man. Goddamn, practice on the billy goat, dog. You know what I'm saying? Practice on the motherfucking billy goat. And why are you even trying to be, you know, integrate yourself, man? Go to a school or something. Go to a school, man, before you try to walk in that arena, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a long, this is the wrong age, first of all, to become Todd Murray. You ain't gonna become Todd Murray. And then you need to try yourself out on some wild horses first. Get a little wild pony. I know you got some Shetland ponies on there, them little short motherfuckers. Jump on a Shetland with some spurs, and if you can ride this little ass and freaking he bucking and screaming, and you stay on that motherfucker, then after 6 months to a year training on that Shetland pony, then you go to a billy goat. See if you can ride the billy goat, and then get somebody that's on the PBR circuit to teach you how to goddamn go up here and lasso a bull. You don't just do that shit on your own, man. This is Rob. What's good? On deck. What up, WCS? What's good with you? But I'm with. You know, I'm not gonna stay on too long. I just wanted to come on and salute Crawford for knocking out these motherfuckers. You know, and also being the fighter of the year. Man, you did your damn thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to give you credit for the Avanesian annihilation, but yeah, you should get credit. The whole process for which you did it is commendable. You know, showing leadership, making that decision as an independent contractor, a free agent, having the cojones and courage to weigh, renegotiate, get into the ring, get paid, expand your career, especially bring your knockouts to 30 freaking clean, unquestionable knockouts, man. Stoppages. Now, it's not even in your court no more, brother. You know what I'm saying? There's people want to fight you. They saying they want to fight you and everything, but your schedule is wide open. Anybody Crawford mentions now, he's going to gravitate that attention. You know what I'm saying? The fight fans want to know. Like, many people tuned into that fight that they thought that wasn't going to tune into it. And then I must correct Fanon. Fanon was saying he was one of the ones that wasn't going to purchase a fight. But I could have sworn I heard you over there talking about you bought the fight. You said you don't know anybody else that purchased the fight. That's because you closed-minded and blind. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to show no love to this dude. For real. You say you don't know anybody else. Well, shit, you got one friend. What you expect? You once said you wasn't going to purchase the fight. But all of a sudden, you turned around and lied talking about you purchased the fight? Yeah, sure you did. Sure you did. OG, real quick. If Bud fought Thurman, what do you think would be the outcome? I would watch the fight. Do I believe that Crawford can get the victory? Absolutely. With Keith Thurman. Absolutely. I believe he can get the victory. How he gets the victory, that's going to be up to Thurman to prevent him from becoming, you know what I'm saying, lucky number 8 in the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying? Like I put out there, I wanted Spence to be lucky number 7. You know what I'm saying? The seven straight win in the welterweight division. But if Keith Thurman is next in line, I see Crawford as being a better fighter. You know what I'm saying? Once again, we're talking about what you're doing outside the ring. Thurman take all these hiatuses, man, and he looks okay. He looks mediocre. Now, he allowed a guy to move up from a loss. He was the one to step in the ring with Mario Barrios, and he couldn't get him up out of there. And in certain areas of the fight, he didn't shine like we thought he would as a former unified champion. So I believe Bud, and when he decided to turn on the gas, being that Keith Thurman's never been stopped, it's going to be very interesting. I'm not going to just going to go over there and run roughshod over freaking Thurman. I do believe, without a doubt, he can beat Keith Thurman. He will beat him. But as far as how the results are going to go, I don't know. Keith Thurman's never been stopped. But there's a lot of freaking fighters that Bud has been able to get in there and tussle with that never been stopped either. You know what I'm saying? Until they walked in there with him. Of course I got Terrence Crawford in that fight. Of course, bro. It's no question. It's no question, bro. I got him beating Thurman. Now, I wouldn't be mad if Thurman was his next opponent. I wouldn't be mad. But I would rather his next opponent be Boots, to be honest. Let's just stop all the convo. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop all the convo. You know, for it all said and done, the man gonna have like 30-some fights on deck and still ain't fought nobody. And I would like to hear that announcement, because they're gonna understand what levels are about. I still see Terrence Crawford in his prime, And we don't know where Boots at in his career. We don't know if he's in his prime or he's getting to his prime. Dude is 23 freaking years old. It's a high possibility he may not be in his prime yet because he haven't reached the competition of a Terrence Crawford to see where he's at, to gauge where he's at. That's not being disrespectful. That's just my opinion, bro. If it's okay for they camp to talk all the mad shit, then don't get mad at WCS for speaking my opinion. I'm not speaking ill of Jaron Ennis. I don't know the guy. It's the future. He does have a bright future in boxing. But when it comes down to the same shit you're criticizing Bud Crawford for, I'm pretty much saying that he's fought nobody. He has the numbers. He's a young guy. But we don't even know if Jaron Ennis is in his prime yet. Because there's been no competition to prove that he's in his prime. How can we gauge him being in his prime? Who on his resume can put him in that picture? I'll debate anybody on it. Who on his resume can verify that he's in his prime right now? Nobody. Who on here can say he can offer straight up based off the strength of his resume? Looking at his, reviewing his resume, who on his resume coming remotely close? Who, bro? Nobody. Nobody in his resume come remotely close to Errol Spence Jr. Nobody. Keith Thurman. Nobody, bro. Sean Porter. Nobody. So I keep hearing these people throw his name up there. It's all good for free play. You know what I'm saying? It's all good for free play, man. Just continue to just throw people and juggle their name like it's cool. It feels good. You think it's healthy, you know, boxing talk and all that. But y'all need to understand, right? I know people be sending links and sending audio. I could care less. Nobody in that, it seems like majority of the people in that gym over there, they have some vendetta against freaking Terrence Crawford. He can do no right. He can do no fucking right. So when I speak on it, certain people want to feel a certain way. And they whole demeanor switches up because it's okay for them to talk ill about another fighter. Well, if I talk ill about their fighter and just mentioning that he's fought nobody. With all those fights, it's nobody that on his resume that's going to verify that he's going to go in there and beat Crawford straight up. Nobody, bro. It's just the name right now. Shout out to his pops. Much respect to them. But nobody on your son's resume can basically validate that if he's the mandatory for, he's going to go in there and wash him. It ain't happening, bro. You went 6 rounds with Sergey Lipinets. You think you're going to go in there and wash Crawford? What are these people thinking about? I'm not saying that's coming out of the camp. I'm just saying, bro, y'all fight fans out here that's throwing his name up. I understand you want Boots to step in there. He's younger and everything because you don't have faith in Errol Spence. I get it. At least with Errol Spence, we know he's been in there with the competition. He meets the qualifications. He's a unified champion. Boots have not earned any super titles. He has nobody on his freaking resume. And who he's heading in there with, nobody really knows. Custio Clayton, come on, man. He was coming off an 18 and 19 fighter before he stepped in there with freaking Boots. No. Thomas Delorme, 2 straight losses. No. So he basically, his high is freaking 140-pound former champion, former WBA champion. Okay, I said Bud would stop Thurman or TKO KO, and Arrow fans told me it was blasphemous that they said Thurman would beat everyone on Bud's resume. See, that's once again here we are with people saying that Thurman would beat everybody on Bud's resume. Is Bud's resume any different than Errol Spence's resume? Let's be honest. And it's according to how deep you want to go. Why are we still talking about resumes when he has a Kell Brook and Sean Porter on his resume? arguably the two high points of Errol Spence's freaking resume. Two different time periods for which Bud fought and Errol Spence fought. But why are we still talking about resumes, though? We can't just sit up here and say Keith Thurman will beat everybody on Bud's resume. Who cares? Who cares? We're past that. If Keith Thurman is the man next up, he has to go in there and prove he's better than Bud Crawford. Just like Errol Spence needs to sit up there and prove to the people that he's better than freaking Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford go in there and prove he's better than Errol Spence. Fuck all this resume shit, because it's really no real in resumes. The only separation is that Terrence Crawford has stopped everybody at welterweight. That's impressive. That's impressive right there. Dude has stopped everybody. Everybody. 6 title defenses, bro. 6 title defenses. All of them straight knockouts. I got it. Rob say Fanon got a whole bunch of Jimmy Jones followers. They drink and red Kool-Aid on a daily. Man, the one thing about this dude, he want to sit up there and believe that just because he have a history in law that no one knows about, no real clients that he can bring up to the forefront, and doesn't even have an active license, he get on here on YouTube and think, oh, well, if it was me, well, in legal terminology, this wouldn't happen. No, you're capping too, bro. You're capping too. You on here talking about an MMA guy, but yet you want to sit up here and try to talk shit about what I put out about the PR.com, and somebody could have spent $20-something on it. Well, your shit was free. Wasn't nobody looking for MMA guy on Google. You should have brought the guy's name up here. What MMA guy? And then you come up with a title up in there and say reports. You never put a name with the reports, but I put a name with my source, and you try to dilute it. Man, you capping, bro. They made Keith wear 10-ounce gloves on Barrios PBC. Funny, Keith was the A-side. And look, if someone makes Keith do something, who is Keith signed to, first of all? You know what I'm saying? Who is Keith signed to? And then he had to agree to those gloves. He had to agree. He had to agree, bro. He had to agree. That's all I'm saying. He had to agree. If you want him with the 8s, he had to agree. According to the reports, EJ had to cover up in the bar like a woman for being mistaken. See, that's, dudes that act like that on here. But one thing I'm not gonna say, like, I'm not gonna put it out there. The man's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? The man got family. You know what I'm saying? I it's certain limitations I got, but it was, I'm not gonna stop people from basing their opinion. I'm not gonna freaking try to censor them on what they feel, because none of these others do it. They let people talk reckless in their chat and talk about the fighters. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But it was slick though. It was slick. It's about they made him cover up in the pie. Damn, dog. I have no sources. For real. I sorry.com and people refuse to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to get no love to the channels that they hate. They've been hating on it for a while. They won't even back it up and talk about, well, per World Combat Sport. Nah, they don't want to do it, dog. They told me Bud can't beat Thurman because he only fought one good fighter in them last 10 fights. And that we don't know how Bud would do against top fighters because he never fought anybody. I mean, look. That's why I got the thumbnail up there. That's why my description say what it is. Because these dudes continue to say what Bud cannot do, and then he continue to show them what he's capable of doing. And how he delegates it, it's without question. So they can sit up here and say, ain't doing this, Bud ain't doing that. But what about Spence? Spence can't even freaking stay healthy right now. He can't even stay. without breaking himself up, fragmenting himself. You know what I'm saying? I hear Showtime talking about, oh man, we broke him up. Well, shit, goddamn, Arrow can't get broke up inside the ring because he's doing it outside the ring. He's doing goofy ass shit, bro. He's doing goofy ass shit. So how can we get him in the ring to prove that he can beat somebody the caliber of Crawford? He the one said he coming for the fucking belt. When? 2030? When you going for a belt, man? You want to come back and fight Crawford for action? He'll still beat your ass, dog. He'll still beat your ass. Don't bring your ass back for an exhibition and get knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to get a service dog. Don't do that to yourself. I think, man, I'm going to get rid of that bull, man. I'm going to get me 2 service dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get me 2 service dogs, man. And they got to be able to get along with my farm animals out there, too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, get rid of that bull, man. That nigga almost fucked me up, man. Goddamn, I remember that day. He almost gored me in my motherfucking gut. And I'm glad that didn't happen because the people would have seen all that goddamn Jello pudding just oozing out and shit, man. Because I wasn't in shape, man. God damn, but I was eating good. I was eating good like a motherfucker, though. Damn, these top fighters want to smoke. My boy Buck 50 sent for 9, the PR website report this morning. He doubted his credibility. He didn't give MMA guy name. Hey, anything that comes from over here, they're gonna doubt it anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I try to ask cats, do they know already? And then when I put it out there, people act like they know. Nah, come on. We're not playing pin the tail on the jackass, goddammit. That's why I ask. You know what I'm saying? That's why I ask certain things. That's all. That's all it is. It's a mutual educational period. I learn, you learn. You feel me? But he can downplay it all he want. But what's an MMA guy? What's an MMA guy? That makes absolutely no sense. An MMA guy. It's an MMA guy. Why you don't want to show the man no love and cite him? Source him out. Drop his name so he can get love. That's the point. You're so freaking selfish. You don't even want to give the source of the name of the guy. You just said MMA guy. Y'all think that guy's going to get freaking... These dudes think they so big on the chain of command when it comes to this YTC shit. They think, oh man, I can't get nobody 2 or 3 views. I can't get them. No, you don't have any, bro. No channel on here has clout who sold their souls to become a bud bashing Grinch coalition. You sold your souls out to become a part of the Grinch coalition. And that's exactly what you did. So you're no longer credible. You're trying to be the TMZ of the YTC. That's all y'all trying to. Y'all trying to be TMZ. Y'all trying to goddamn be all about gossip columnists. Coming up with gossip shit. Putting up fake ass headlines. That's all you trying to do. But until next time, man, y'all hold this shit down. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I am